Hello guys, welcome back to the Debug Arena. Today we are going to talk about one of the most basic but essential thing when developing a backend application, which is the folder structure of your backend project. I will also walk you through the best and most commonly used folder structure whether you are a beginner, intermediate or advanced developer. Before jumping directly into the best practices, let's take a look at the worst. So I will open one project and you can see here this is one of the project which I have created at the beginning of my backend journey, and in this project you can see I am having app.js, bookdetails.js which is my model, and userdetail.js which is my another model. And in this app.js I have written all the API, like all the API authentication, edit, update, create, delete and so on. I have included all of the things in one file, and this is obviously not a good way to structure your backend application. But you know one thing, that when we start as a beginner with Node.js, I think most of us begin like this, like we write all of the code, all of the API in a single file, and that's completely okay. At least we learn how to create and work with the API by doing this. However, once you finished one project by creating the APIs like this, I highly recommend switching to a better folder structure which follows the MVC pattern. This brings us to the new concept known as MVC architecture. MVC stands for Model View Controller. MVC is a three-layer architecture that is not only used in Node.js but across many programming languages as well. In this pattern, the model is responsible for handling the databases, storing, retrieving, and managing the data. The controller handles the actual business logic, processing the incoming request, sharing the request, manipulating the request, and at last returning the process. The view is responsible for rendering the user interface, or in simple term, you can say that it shows the output to the end user, typically in the form of HTML file. However, in the case of Node.js, especially in the API development, the view layer isn't always used because we will be having one separate front-end application to show the output. That's why we often replace the view layer with routes which define and handle different API endpoints. That's it for the theory part. Now let's look at a practical example of a Node.js project following the MVC structure. I'm going to show you three folder structure, each for beginner, intermediate and advanced developer. Let me open the folder structure for beginner. And you can see here, this is the folder structure which we should follow as a beginner. So now what I will do, I will just close this SRC. So when you will be creating the Node.js application, you can create this package.json using npm init. After that, you will install some packages which will create this node modules folder. After that, you have to create this SRC folder, and in that mandatory, you have to create these four folders: config, controller, model, routes, and this app.js. Inside config, we can keep all our configuration and all our database connectivity. For now, I have not added database. In the next video, I am going to show how we can integrate MySQL with Node.js in MVC structure, and that will also be the first video of my new playlist where I am making the job listing application. So if you are interested in learning that, then please like this video, subscribe my channel and stay tuned for more. So in configuration folder, you can keep all of your configuration. After that, we have this controller folder. Controller folder is the main folder where our business logic is included. So here I have created this user controller.js where there are two functions, or you can say these are APIs, which is helpful only for user, or you can say that user can access only this API, like get all user and create all user. So in this way, you can organize your code so that particular API is accessible to particular user role only. Then in model, we can create our model. Here I have created user model.js. So if you are using MongoDB or SQLize, then this provide much more value so that it separate your normal API with your database models. After that, we have to create this route folder. In that, I have created this user route.js. Inside this, I have mentioned the method of my API, and also I have given the name. So the user can only access to this two API and the other role cannot access this API. After that, inside app.js, we just have to initialize that user route like this. So now, suppose your Node.js server is hosted at localhost 3000. So you can access the get user API like this: localhost 3000/API/users, and after that get all user like this. Now let's take the example, like I have to make it for admin. For admin, first I will make the controller where I will write the actual business logic. So in controller for admin, let's say we have written the delete functionality. So here I will create one folder admin controller. In that I will write the code for delete. Inside model, if it is necessary, then we will create the model. Otherwise, we can use this model also. And then in route, I will create another route folder which will be named as admin route. In that I will create one API, give the particular method and name. Then in app.js, I will come here, copy this, and instead of this user, I will write admin, and here I will pass the admin route. So now if we have to access the admin API, we can access through localhost 3000 API/admin/delete user. By following this structure, we can keep our application much more organized and making it easier to maintain and scale as your project grows. Also, it is very easy to understand. Okay, this was the beginner folder structure. Now let's move to the intermediate folder structure. Before moving, I request you guys to take 1 minute and go to comment and tell me whether this video is providing some knowledge to you or not. And if you are finding this video helpful, then please like the video, subscribe to my channel and help me to grow my channel. Now let's move on to the intermediate folder structure. You can see here, this is the intermediate folder structure where there is the addition of 2 new folders and 1 new file. The file is git ignore, where we can mention all the irrelevant file which should not be uploaded to the git. Apart from this file, we have 2 new folders. The first folder is this middleware. Inside middleware, we can put all our middleware so that they will be separated from our actual business logic and our controller. I am not going deep dive into the middlewares. Now let's move on to the second folder, which is the services folder. In the services folder, we will place our core business logic of the application. Instead of putting all the logic in our controller, we will move our main business logic to the services file. Now you might be thinking, why to add this extra layer? Why to create a new folder to keep the business logic which we are already keeping in controller? Let me give you the answer. And the answer is that if we see the code in the controller, let me just go there here, and let's suppose the error is inside this create user. So what will be your instinct? You will come here and try to go through your logic, like whether you have written a correct API or not. But in reality, the actual issue might be with the request you are receiving. Like you are receiving the invalid request, but you are directly modifying your logic. So that's why when you create the service, so you can see here inside service, I have written all my actual business logic. And here I am receiving email and password directly, not the whole request object. Then I will go to controller. And inside this controller, you can see I am receiving the request. I am destructuring it, so that in future, if there is something wrong with request, we will get the error from the controller only. This will not only save us time to debug, but also make our code more readable and understand which part of logic is doing which thing. I hope you have understand the need of the services folder. This was the folder structure for the intermediate developer. Now let's move on to the advanced developers. Okay, for advanced developer, we can further refine the project by adding 2 more folders, which is utils and test. Utils, which is also known as helper folder, is a place where we create helper function and utilities that we can use throughout the application. For example, suppose in your application you want to format the date according to your need. So what you can do, you can come to the util folder, create a common function.js, and inside that create a function which will convert the normal date to the particular format which you require, and then use this function throughout the application to get the desired output. And the next folder is this test folder. Inside the test folder, we write and run the test of our application. Here we create the test cases to ensure that the code we have written in other folders are working as expected. This helps us to catch the bug early, and this is mostly used for the unit testing. This test folder is mostly used in the corporate world. There are very few people who creates test folder inside their personal projects. That's it for the video. That was my 3 different folder structure. Based on your experiences, let me know in comment which folder structure you prefer. And don't forget to like the video, and also stay tuned for my new playlist on React, Node and MySQL. Thank you.